Oh boy. The Island Giant Insects was an anime I watched recently with my good friend J Chip from the J Chip Show, and Dread, and patron and friend Warpbait. And, well, it's a thing. I can't argue that it's not a thing. Um, it's a movie that exists. I had heard about it a while ago. I saw some previews of it on YouTube or something, and I got some serious like Starship Trooper kind of vibes initially when I saw giant bugs attacking people. Um, and I saw that there'd be a whole lot of fan service because that was like even in the previews, and I can't really say I wasn't let down, but it's even worse than you could imagine. I mean, I knew it would be pretty trash going in. There were some okay things about it. I guess let's start with like what's okay. I don't want this to be too long because OVA doesn't really deserve it. The music is actually pretty good. They got a bunch of cool like rock songs in there. Kind of gets you hyped for the hype moments and stuff like that, and a lot of like the bug sound effects were really cool. I don't know what that really says about your anime when the bug sound effects are one of the highlights. Um, and if you're into fan service, here you go, cause this has a lot. That's about it. That's good. Everything else, pretty bad. The characters, all. Oh, well, I guess the main character is okay. They give her, like, a little bit of backstory. Basically, it's this plane full of teenagers crashes on this island, and there's giant bugs there. Surprise! It's an island of giant insects. And the whole OVA is them getting chased and killed or kidnapped to be fed to, like, baby bugs and so forth. And it's them running around place to place on the island. Now, luckily, the main character here, the camo jacket, I don't care what her name is, she is very into entomology and insects in general. Luckily enough, they're with like the one teenage girl in Japan apparently that would probably care about that kind of thing. And so she can sort of outsmart some of the bugs, but they're kind of reluctant to listen to her because a lot of the characters are stupid. This has a lot of fan service in it. There's a lot of bouncing titties running around. There's a lot of nudity. Um, and a lot of nudity for sure. Uh, but it's and it's kind of like over the top. Like there's nudity where there really doesn't need to be. A lot of fan service going on. Uh, you know, you got some weird Yuri scenes kind of going on. I feel like if you're into that, just there's a lot of other better things to watch because this, there's not a whole lot to say. There's bugs attacking people, but it's not that cool. It's not like Starship Troopers cool. It's not. The animation isn't that wonderful. None of the bug attacks are like that memorable. It's usually just like a butterfly comes down and the butterfly sucks the blood out of a person and that's it. Or a bug like stabs somebody, or a bug just carries somebody off. It isn't really like I like big bug movies like or big animal kaiju kind of things for like the cool like destruction that the animals could do or the cool kills, stuff that like Jurassic Park series provides or King Kong or even the Godzilla movies like any of that. This provides none of that. This is not very entertaining. If I wasn't watching it with my friends, I probably would have just stopped because it's really dumb. It doesn't really go anywhere. There's a lot of like weird budget cuts to it. There's literally a scene where it's like worse almost than the Evangelion elevator scene, where the main character is literally in a building, then decides to go do something outside to like power on a generator or something, and these guys took such a shortcut with this that they play this music, this badass rock music, which was the music was actually pretty decent as I mentioned. They play this music and she is literally just walking in a hallway for like 45 seconds to like from like 45 to 60 seconds I would say of just it's just the same three shots that they keep panning to of her walking in this hallway, and there's no monologue, there's no inner thoughts. There's nothing. It's just this girl walking in a hallway to like rock music, and it's not entertaining. It's not cool. It stands out as being really cheap. And in 2020, I expect like way better, especially out of this, OVA, which is just one like a movie sort of thing. Like it'd be like 2 episodes of like a regular anime. I'm pretty sure. So like pretty bad. I mean, some of the girls are hot, I guess you could say. There's a lot of like unnecessary fan service. I didn't go into this for hot girls, just like I don't really go into like High School of the Dead to stare at hot girls. I go into these type of shows. I wanted to see some kaiju stuff, okay? And it was lame in that regard. So I don't recommend watching this. Please don't. It's not very good. Maybe if like the soundtrack came out, the soundtrack was pretty cool. And the main character was okay, but a lot of the characters are really annoying, and just not memorable, and its story doesn't really go anywhere. The ending is kind of like it alludes that there's going to be more, and I really hope not. So, if you've seen Island of Giant Insects, let me know your opinion about it down below. I thought it was pretty trash. I kind of expected to be. I had some low expectations for it going in, but it's pretty bad. I'd really recommend skipping this unless you really want to watch something like bad with your friends, which I guess it's pretty good for that. But if you're gonna do that, go ahead and just watch Garzy's Wing because it's way better. If you like what I'm doing here, please hit that subscribe button down below. Consider becoming a patron and all that. Hit that bell. Hit that whatever you need to do. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Miasma, and I'll see you next time.